What is going on YouTube? Today, I want to talk about the stock HYMC and why I think it sold off hardcore today. If you look at the daily chart, let me get this up here. This is the intraday. Look at this. This is obviously a stock that was 30 cents and has been moving up, some high volume. Gapped up today over the high and just sold off completely. Now, one of the news that pushed it up, I believe, was the news that AMC invested $56 million from AMC. And obviously, people who own AMC stock and the meme stocks that are still holding, maybe they jumped in and bought the stock. My guess. But you have to always be cautious when there's good news on a stock and always check the filings because that's when companies need to get rid of shares, they can only do it when there's high volume. Now, granted, it's been a really busy couple days, and so if there's could be manipulation, I don't know, but I wanted to look into this deal. Well, it tells you right here, $1.19 each, and it's a unit. I think it's one share and one warrant, but I want to check that. So the way you check filings is go to a website called BAM SEC. It's probably the easiest thing to read. And you type in the stock, HYMC. And this is what I noticed this morning is this prospectus on top of this equity investment. So the news here is 8K. Let's take a look at this. Let's see here. So 27.9 million in cash or 23 million units with one common share, so one stock share, and one warrant to purchase the share. The units are $1.19, so basically they're getting two shares for $1.19. And the warrant, which they can exercise at $1.06. And they have 5 years to exercise the warrant. Now, I don't know. Usually, sometimes they'll have like a holding period. It doesn't say. But when I look at the stock, and they basically bought 23 million shares at $1.19 right here. Right. So they could have sold all 23 million shares today, you know, and then they still have 23 more, 23 million warrants at an exercise price of $1.06, which is right here. So as long as the stock price is above this area, they can exercise and sell the difference. Not saying that's happened, but they have 5 years to exercise the warrants on this stock. And so something else that caught my eye, which is this prospectus. Well, let's go back. In order to have the prospectus, you have to have the shelf, which is basically giving you a kind of like maximum number of shares, I guess you call it. I'm not quite familiar with the right term, but they have $500 million worth of shares they could sell. So we may issue securities from time to time in one or more offerings up to $500 million in the offering price. So they had that shelf from a year ago, or almost a year ago. And this morning, they had this prospectus, which basically saying that this company, B. Riley Securities, the agent, is allowed to sell shares at the market to $500 million. Now, with that kind of volume, from being 30 cents, the AMC news, if you look at um, the volume even pre-market was ridiculous. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was pretty large, right? It was going up, and then as soon as the market opened, it dumped. So I wouldn't be surprised if they sold shares quite a bit today. So let's see, anything else? But I would definitely, I'll put a link to this um, website in the description. But check it out. Always, 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 especially on lower price stocks, look at the filings when there's news on the stock. You'll be surprised how many times a stock has some sort of dilution, which actually dilution tracker is a good one too, which I don't know if they'll track this one. Yeah, potential dilution. And it'll tell you how much cash, warrants. They have ATMs, which is registered from last. We just looked at that one. Completed offerings. I guess you have to pay for that. But I'll look at this really quick too as well. But always, always, always look at the filings on these stocks. Now, granted, I wish I could have short this. There's no shortable shares interactive brokers, and my small account, the Trade Zero, didn't have any. Oh, I didn't have any day trades left. So I was kind of stuck just watching this dump, which would have been a really, really good potential win for today. So that is my thoughts on why I think YMCA, HYMC dumped today. I wouldn't be surprised if this will have some more news coming out over the next couple of weeks to continue to push it up, sell into if they haven't sold everything they needed to sell. So thanks for watching, and you guys have a great night.